Swamiji, could you speak about attachment and detachment?
Attachment and detachment. These two are my powers. I am a super magnet. I should, with my consciousness, see, recognize, discover with what to attach and with what to detach. I am here on this earth to play one game of love, beauty, harmony, joy, bliss. So I must know that with what I attach, so I can manifest love, peace, harmony, beauty, joy, happiness. And with what I detach, which not help me to manifest all these things. Attachment is very good if I know with what to attach. And detachment is also very, very good if I know with what to detach. But to attach and to detach, one has to awaken, one has to become conscious, one has to become aware, one has to remove all the curtains of ignorance, blindness, unconsciousness, so we can recognize and we can see. Life is beautiful, all is beautiful, but we must awaken those eyes of consciousness who can recognize, who can see the beauty everywhere in everything. Because in our nature, there are certain natures which not know how to recognize, how to discover, how to see. So first we have to see in ourselves that where we are, what we are. So as soon as you will become conscious, aware of your powers, then it is very easy to know with what to detach and with what to attach. If you will attach with the sun, you will become like a sun. If you will attach with the flowers, you will become like a flowers. If you will attach with the divine, you will become like a divine. And if you attach with the donkey, you will become like a donkey. So, all is in our hands. That is the beauty of this life. How you want to play this game of life? You have to learn it. It is a game, it is a play. It is an opportunity for the life. So, we should at least we should little work hard in ourselves that what we want to do with this life, how you want to live it. Like a flower, like a sun, or like animals. Both the possibilities, both the options are with you.
Swamiji, you have said sometimes that when we attach 100% with something, then we are ready to detach. So, can you explain this process?
Yes, attachment and detachment is also a nature's way to teach us, to grow us, to give us experiences. Till we not know or till we not learn how to exist, how to live with consciousness, with awareness, till then nature is trying to teach us, to grow us with so many different various kind of cycles. And one of the way is attachment and detachment. Generally in life, if you see, people live with the nature of liking, disliking, preferences, attachment, detachment, this kind of things. And then life teach them, give them lesson through their likings, dislikings, attachment, detachments. But there is a one divine principle that when any situation or anything touch to his maximum, like 100%, suppose if your attachment with whatever you attach, suppose you are attached with the gold, any material thing, if your attachment will reach to 100%, after the 100%, there is a law of nature, divine principle, that after 100%, a transformation starts. When the water boils 100%, it transforms into vapors. When the fruit ripe 100% on the tree, automatically the fruit detach, fall down. So same principle is for everything. When our attachment reaches to 100%, it transforms into detachment. First, life teach me through the process of attachment. I learn many things with my attachments. And when you complete the cycle of learning with 100% attachment, then next chapter start, next lesson start. And then through the detachment, life start teaching us different lessons, different experiences. First attachment and then now detachment. Detachment is more stronger. Experiences, lessons which come from the detachments are more hard, more difficult. And then your detachment will reach to 100%. Then maybe again you can reattach. But when you will reattach, now you reattach with a new consciousness, with a better consciousness. So in our life, we always, if you see, we attach, we detach, and then again we reattach, redetach, and this process continue till one not reach to that point, till one not learn to live with the consciousness. Because each learning, if it not established in you, it will not become your consciousness. So whatever we learn from the attachment, detachment or anything, this learning should establish in us, establish in the level of our understanding, in the level of our consciousness. And when this learning will become consciousness, then one will not attach or detach. Then you know that how to live, how to manage, how to deal. then things, they will not possess you. Things possess us till we not aware of ourselves. As soon as your consciousness will grow, you will become aware of yourself. You will start knowing your value. And then you will know how to deal with the things, how to manage with the things. Everything is for you, but you are not for everything. When we learn how to watch, then we can learn how to live with everything. So never possess anything and neither allow anything to possess you. That should be the attitude of life. Our problem is that we do not know how to live this life. And when we live with our limited, little, half knowledge of life, then either something possesses us, either we possess something and create our black hole, black frame, black hole of our miserable possibilities, miserable suffering, like whatever you call suffering or anything. So the idea of life is that with consciousness, with awareness, slowly we are learning how to live in the world. All world is me. So when we will learn how to live in this world, then the world will not possess us. And you will also not possess the world. The idea is to live in the world, but not allow the world to live inside you. The whole world is yours. Like a ship in the ocean. Ship lives in the ocean. Everywhere he goes, the whole ocean is for him. But ship never allow the water to enter inside the ship. If the water will enter inside the ship will drown. The ship not attached with the water, but he is living in the water with the water. When we attach with something, we possess that. And when this world enters inside us, then our life drowns, become miserable. And that is also through the experience. That also gives us experiences. And if you are learning from the experiences, then you will never repeat that. And if you are not learning, then you will constantly repeat that till you not learn from that. And this process continues. And that way, our life is making evolution. So life is a constant learning process of our growth, our progress, our evolution. So one should always constantly live with the learning attitude, progressive attitude, dynamic attitude, changing attitude. So one can learn more and one can progress more and one can grow consciousness and live with consciousness. We are conscious being, born to live with consciousness. So slowly we are learning. Life is teaching us with so many different kind of experiences. And that is the beauty of life. Always remember, change is the beauty of life. Change is the meaning of life. Till change is there, all will be beautiful, all will be very good. So everything, whatever is happening around us, through any way, the purpose behind is that how we learn, grow and progress.
Even if we go through our desires, possessions, there is definitely one end at the
Yes. The same thing with the desires. We are learning through our desires. On a surface level of life which we live, and this surface level life is teaching us, giving us experiences through our desires. All your experiences of life, all your suffering, misery, happiness, goodness, badness, whatever is, if you see behind what is making you sad and what is making you happy is our desire. And if one is learning through the desires, then one will know what to desire and what not to desire. The problem is not in the desire, but we do not know what to desire and how to desire. If one knows what to desire, one desire is enough to fulfill you, to complete you. But mostly whatever happens, all our desires on surface level born from our mental nature, mental being, mental consciousness, our physical nature, physical consciousness, our vital consciousness, vital nature. So this mental, vital, physical desires, they put us on a long track. And we're learning slowly through the mental, vital, physical desires. But if any desire which can come out from your deep inside, from your psychic nature, from your spiritual nature, that desire can liberate you from everything. Mostly we use the word aspiration for that desire. Anything which comes from the soul, from the psychic, is an aspiration. Whatever comes from the mind, body, emotion is a desire. In aspiration, one wants to give oneself. In the desire, one wants to take everything. It is a demand for me. In the desires, there is a selfish motive, needs, greeds. But when any aspiration comes from the deep inside, from the soul, from the psyche, to give oneself, so that kind of aspirations, they liberate us. They make us vast. They enlarge us. They grow more us in our capacities. They grow more us towards consciousness. They make us more strong, more better person. And when one desires and learning through the desires, the desire is not a bad thing if one is learning through the desires. One should not become an addiction of desire. Desire is mostly born from the ignorance. You are a king, you are born to give. But because of our ignorance, we become living like a beggar. Always feeling empty, always feeling like that, missing something, I not have, I am poor, I am weak. This is only because of little lack of knowledge of life. As soon as your knowledge of life will grow, as soon as you will become little bit aware of yourself, of your true self, you will start living like a king. It is my attitude of life. My consciousness changed my attitude. And with the attitude, if you have a better attitude, maybe with the better attitude, many desires, they will disappear. There will be absence of desires if one can little bit live or rise in the high consciousness. So as soon as we are on a surface level, lower level of consciousness, life is teaching us through the desires. So all our life is a constant process of learning, growing. The only thing which is more important is that never attach with anything and constantly learn, grow and move forward. Not to become a slave. In our nature also that. Some very big weakness is that we become slave of our desires. We are conscious being, you have a willpower. And always activate your willpower, and with your willpower, with your determination power, with your conscious power, always little bit work hard that my life not become a slave of anything. Either it is a relation, either it is an attachment, either it is a desire, either it is a habit or anything. Life means which exists with wisdom, freedom, liberty. So how we can maintain our wisdom and to live with wisdom, in wisdom is to live with consciousness. Grow consciousness. Always the intentions, the motive, the purpose of life should be that learning, growing, progressing in consciousness. And as soon as more consciousness will grow, life will liberate you from everything and connect you with your true self. And that is our meaning and purpose of existence.
Swamiji, and why are we always looking outside for everything if we have everything inside? What is this strange nature we have to look for everything outside and everything is inside?
It means that you are not 100% believe that everything is inside you. If you have 100% this clarity, this clear that everything is inside you, then you will never go out to see, to find that. So if I am looking outside, it means I not know that everything is at home, everything I have in me. Very clear. But we live a life only through the informations, through the senses. And these senses always give us the information that, because mostly senses, they are outward. And they always collect the information from the outward, through the informations, through the attractions, through the taste. So these informations, when they give to our mental, vital, physical nature, so then we start seeing outside, start moving outside to find whatever we want. Then we start looking outside our happiness, our love, our peace, our harmony, or anything. So, now, why it happens? Because we have to live, we have senses, and senses collecting informations. But the thing is that our identity is that we are not only this flesh and bones, not only this physical body and senses. We are something much more than this. We are a conscious being. That is our true identity, that we are a conscious living being on this earth. But how this conscious being becomes so blind that he not even know that he has everything at home, everything inside. And he starts believing the senses informations and start living according to them. So this is the main secret of the game, of the play. A conscious being became blind about himself and forget who is he and start living with complete blindness and ignorance. and start blaming to the senses and their informations and start searching outside for everything. As soon as your blindness will become less, as soon as your unconsciousness will become less, as soon as your ignorance will become less, and as soon as your consciousness will grow, the process will change. Then you will start seeing everything inside you. So it is a lack of consciousness, lack of knowledge of oneself, which takes me out for everything. We are conscious being and we have to become aware of ourselves. And that slowly, with the learning process, our life is making evolutions, either slow, either fast. And one day we will become conscious, aware, and we will start looking, living, moving inward, and start living with our true potential, true nature, true qualities. Our true self is Sat, Chit, Ananda, supreme everything. But there is some trick and play or game which nature is playing with us. And if one can live in the life, face everything, meet everything with the playful attitude, with the learning attitude, then one can discover oneself and one can live with better consciousness. It is only something in our attitude. Whatever you live, even when you are outside, but just only little check with what attitude you are outside. What are the intentions in the moments of your life? With what intentions you are outside? And I think this is the first responsibility of our life is that we always check our intentions. Life is a movement. So always check the intentions of the movements of life. And if one can improve, change, replace the intentions, one can change possibilities of life. One can change everything. It is my intentions which are creating this world, giving me possibilities. Life is a game play of possibilities. Through my intentions, through the movements, I am creating that. All my possibilities, whatever I am here now, I created, I became myself with my own intentions. If one has a little bit control on the movements of life and one is consciously observing and changing the intentions, putting good intentions, selfless intentions, moving with selfless, self-giving intentions, creative intentions, So one can create a better world. One can create oneself much more better with simply little improvement in the intentions and movements of life. Little control on the movements of life. So all life is in our hands. We are our own creators. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the creator. How I am creating this world, how I am creating my life. As soon as you will become little aware, conscious, very clear you will see that. How I myself is responsible for all my possibilities. And now how you deal with those possibilities, how you see those possibilities. With what consciousness you see all those possibilities. If you have a good attitude, always learn how we can live with the best attitude of life. Then we should also ready to replace our attitude with some better attitude, change our attitude with some better attitude. Always keep with you some healthy attitudes. Not only fix whole life with the same attitude. Some people live whole life with the very selfish, greedy, mean attitude. My attitude is making me, and with my attitude I am creating this world. So whatever word you want, whatever way you want to live, whatever kind of life you want, that is in your hands with your attitudes. Exist with the progressive attitude, self-giving attitude, dynamic attitude. So there are many kind of attitudes. Positive attitude. Simply with the attitude we can change everything. We can create this world more better. And slowly we are becoming conscious, and we will make this world more better. Life is always making evolution, growing, and with the growth of consciousness, the world is becoming more better. The world is becoming more better. Sometimes the processes are hard, strong, but ultimately the purpose of all behind everything is improvement, betterment. Sometimes process is slow, sometimes process is fast. But all is for the betterment. Everything is for the betterment. And that is the joy of life. That is the joy of this play, this game of life. That always everything is improving and becoming better. But to see that, we need to grow in consciousness. When one starts living with better consciousness, one starts seeing life with the eyes of consciousness, then one can see that how all is beautiful. All is beautiful.